All right, guys, welcome back. Oh, sorry about that. So, welcome back. I'd like to first of all thank Fanttik for sending me not one but two electric drivers. This one is more like a Dremel tool, and it's really cool because nothing falls out until you press this button here. And there's the driver, and then of course all in here are all the different tools, which are really nice. It's got all the same stuff you'd get with a Dremel, but in a more compact area. This is the one I'm going to be using today, though. This is the E2, the NEX E2 Ultra, and this whole thing isn't the driver. The driver is here. When you press this down, it releases the whole thing. And the driver comes out, and here's the driver. And here's all of the bits that they have. And they have got a plethora of bits. And it's magnetic too, so you go like that, and then they don't fall out, which is really nice. I'm going to be using this one today. Put this back inside the housing. I'm going to keep this the foam on there because I don't want it to get all marred up. Oops. Let me slide it down in there. Oops. Let me get you down in there. Click it down like that. And the driver's pretty nice too. It's got some good torque to it. So to turn it on, you turn it once like that, and that's one speed. And you can see this blue light here shows you the different levels. 3, 4. I'm going to stick to 1. And what I'm going to be doing is, about 20 years ago when I started doing all this stuff, I was doing it in my garage, and it was a complete hobby, as it still is today. But back then I didn't spend money on anything. And in order to get neodymium magnets, I had to get creative. So I started looking in old hard drives like this one here. I don't even know what this is. This is a Seagate, but I don't even know what. I think it's a 250. Let me see if I can. Yeah, it's either a 200 or a 500 gig. I'm not really sure, but there's more than just neodymium magnets you can get out of this. There's a good bearing in here too. Got to scrape that off because there's always a hidden one underneath right there. But the bit goes in the thing there. Comes right out, man. Oh, and you can use it as a regular driver too. You can go like that, in case you get one that's a little too torquey. But most of these are coming right out. Yeah, this is nice. I really like this. I've had other ones, not from Fanttik. I've had other ones like this that were really chintzy. I got one, I don't know where it is. I should find it and bring it over. This thing has got some weight to it, so there's some good stuff going on inside there. But I like the housing. The housing's really cool. I like this pressing. And then you slide it out, press it, it'll lock it in there. And then you take the driver out, you put it in like that, and you go like that, and it stays in there. And it takes a USB-C charger. Oops, I'm not done yet. Let me take this puppy out. So none of this I can use, but I got to take it out anyway. Yeah, it's got some good torque. one more. Yeah, I like that. It's got some good torque. Let me turn it off though. Take this out. Put that guy in here. Let me show you this guy. Press it down like that and see how it pops out like that. So to lock it in there, so now it's not locked in there, but it's not going to come out. Then you press this and both of them pop out, including all the drivers. And on this guy here, same thing, but this just has an on and off. And I don't know if you can see that green light. Press it once here like that. There's the lowest speed, probably the highest torque. Goes up another 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's got 5 different speeds to it. I'm not going to use any of this guy today though, because I have no reason to use it. But I will in the future to make sure it's off. Yeah, it's off. But the housings are really nice. I like the way they're set up like that. Anyway, I'm going to need to get, oop, that came right off, nice. So underneath here is a really good bearing for making pulse motors and stuff. But first I got to get this puppy off of here. I might need to put you guys on hold and bring you back because I didn't plan this out too well. I need another screwdriver. Oh wait, I got a screwdriver. I don't want to, yeah, let's see. Let's see what other bits they have in here that I could use. Not to do anything but to pry with. Here we go. Oh, here we go. Nice beefy one. Ooh, I didn't see these big ones over here. I like it that it's magnetic. The other one I have, as soon as you do this, they all fall out. It's crazy. Let's see if I can pry this puppy open without breaking the screwdriver. Oh, I forgot. Duh. I got that one I got to get out of here. So I got to get a knife. I'll bring you guys right back. Yeah, so I had to get a knife to pull that little thing up here. So let me get the other bit here. Put that sucker on there. Turned it off, got to turn it on. There we go. There we go. All right, now this should come right out. Yeah, there it goes. Voila. And inside here is a lot of goodies, man, especially for pulse motors. This guy here is great. There's 2 neodymium magnets, one up here on the top and one on the bottom. They're a real pain in the butt. Let me see if I can use this puppy to get them out. Yeah, no problemo. Oop, I don't even know what that is. That must be something different. Yeah, now in order to get this guy out, I'm going to need a bigger screwdriver because these magnets are rough, man. They are hard. I don't know what's underneath here. I've never seen this before. All right, I'll have to play with that. But yeah, this platter is fantastic. All I got to do is take these out, take the platters off, and you can use the platters. In fact, oops, sorry guys. In fact, Sky Collection uses these platters all the time for his stuff. Here's the arm or the head that reads the discs, and there's 4 discs in here. I don't know if it. Oh, and there's 5 arms. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there's 5 arms. 1 on the top, 1 on the bottom, and 3 in the middle. It'd be nice if I kept it in the freaking frame, wouldn't it? But yeah, this is a great driver. And if you look in the description, Fanttik was nice enough to give me some discount codes, not only for that, but also a discounted on a Prime membership or something like that. Yeah, Prime membership. But the discount codes for the Fanttik are going to be in there. So let me mess with this a little bit more, and then I'll bring you guys back. But I really do like this guy. I really like the fact that this stuff is magnetic. Holy mackerel, that is so nice. Look at that. Wow. Because the other one I have is not. And I've not found a single one of these from the other one. That is nice. I don't think I need this thing, but I'm going to keep it on there anyway. I'm really psyched to use the rotary tool itself. This guy here. These are really nice, especially for the price. Yeah, so let me get my regular screwdriver and pry this puppy out, this heavy duty neodymium, because I know this knife's not going to do it. Oh, it'll do it a little bit. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Nice magnets. Now, I've been successful in taking these magnets off of this. This is MU metal. See, look at nothing on that side. So this MU metal stops the magnetic flux from getting by there. It's not 100%. I can feel it a little tiny bit, but not much. I've even tried to make a motor back in the early days when I was younger, not knowing any better. Make a motor using this MU metal as a shield to try to make a real magnet motor, which we all know can't be done, or at least I don't think it can. But there is a way to get these off. You can use heat, but that'll mess up the magnet. But I think the last time I got it off, all I did was bend this and it popped right off. But even still, I know there's a way you can get it off. And then there's another one underneath there, right there. So this arm comes off. All you have to do is pop this guy off right here, which I'm not going to do right here. And there's the coil that causes it to do its little thing there. All right. Yeah, these are nice, man. I made a couple of rotors in the early days. Like I said, back in the early days, I didn't spend a dime on magnets or anything. I recycled everything. And I made a couple of rotors using these magnets, and they worked out really good. If I was in my shop, I would try it right now. I would try to put this in a vise and just bend it up, and usually pops it off. Sometimes it'll break them. But for the most part, they just pop right off because they're just glued in there. But it's amazing how this metal, there's almost no, I mean, I could feel it just a little tiny bit. Not much, though, compared to that. I mean, that's crazy. Anyways, let me bring you guys back in a little bit. One of the things I didn't realize was inside the kit here, they give you like this spatula thing, which is really nice, and a pair of tweezers, which I needed to get a screw that fell down inside there. That's really nice that they think of something like that. Let's see if there's any other hidden gems in here. Yeah, this guy was like right in here, and the tweezers were like right next to it, stuck right in there like that. Or something like that. I'll figure it out. Yeah, that's pretty nice. I like that spatula thing. The spatula thing wasn't strong enough though to turn this screw, because I got to get that out before I can. I took out all the screws for the housing that holds the platter, but in order to get this guy out to get the other magnet, I've got to get a regular screw, big old honking screwdriver. So let me go see if I can find one. Stay tuned. All right, so yeah, I needed to get a beefy screwdriver to unscrew this guy here for the arms. And then I needed to take the first ring off of the platter here. And now there's a bunch of spacers. Take those out. And you just take the rest of the rings out. And here's your... Now in order to get this guy out, I got to do some major surgery on this thing. I think... I'm not 100% if I remember. But here's the other neodymium magnet right here. And it should just come right out. Whoops. Let's see if we can get it right out. Yeah, just comes right out. Ay, ay, ay. Thank God it's a magnet. And again, this MU metal is amazing. Nothing on this side. Completely magnetic on that side. Nothing. There is something on that side, but it's not much. Yeah, see, even these screws, all these screws are stainless. I thought they were. Anyway, so here's that guard I was telling you about that holds the set of platters down. There's actually a few of them. I guess there's one for each platter, or one for each set of platters. I don't remember this in the other hard drives I tore down. I remember the spacers in these guys. And I remember getting to this thing was a real pain. I think what I did with the last time was I just cut this out and used the whole housing. Now I know there's a way to do it. And you know what? I might even have a use for the Fanttik F2 Master. That's this guy, which has all of the tools in it that are just like a Dremel, but handheld. I think, yeah, I'm not 100% sure, but I think maybe if I grind these guys down, this should come out. Because there is a disc, there's a disc that this sits in. But these bearings are good, but they're not as good as the VCR bearings. But VCRs are kind of hard to get. Old hard drives were a dime a dozen. So yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do with this yet. I don't know if I'm going to... Maybe I should look it up, because now I've got YouTube. I don't know what that is. I don't think there's anything underneath this. No, it's just a sticker. And this is just a cable. I think what Sky Collection did, though, I think what he did was he took this apart and kept these ribbons here and hooked it up and made a generator out of it. I'm not going to do all that. But it's been a while since I did one of these. These platters are great because they're balanced. And then you got these spacers, which are great. And then here's the top plate that would go down on top of this guy here. On top of this guy to hold the platters in. Yeah, let me think about this for a little bit. Maybe I should try to... I think I'm going to look it up first. All right, I'll bring you guys back. Stay tuned. So I was looking around, and the only way I see, according to the internet and YouTube, to get this out is to put this on some kind of mandrel, get a punch and hit that, and it will knock this whole thing out. But what that ends up doing is exposing the coils on the inside, because this is a motor. In fact, if I probably hook 12 volts to at least two of these, it'll spin. Oh, maybe it's a... yeah, not two of them, but anyway, yeah, the guy that was doing it, I guess he was just demoing these things, but I couldn't find anything. So I think the only way to really get it so that you can use it is to cut it out, and there's no easy way to do that. So I don't think I'm going to be doing that today. I'm definitely going to use these platters though on one of my next rotors. I've been 3D printing all my rotors because with the 3D printing I can get pretty accurate tolerances. I mean, not super accurate, but accurate enough where it doesn't vibrate all over the place. When I used to do it back 20 years ago, I used to cut the stuff out by hand because I didn't ever think to use the platters. I did kinda, but then I had the dilemma of trying to get one of these out. I remember it wasn't easy, and I don't remember ever getting one out. Actually, I think you have to. If I want to do this, I got to cut out because this right here has nothing to do with it. This is just part of this aluminum housing. Yeah. Yep. Don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm definitely going to work on it. Unfortunately, I can't do anything because I'm not in my shop yet. I'm still waiting. They finally started construction on my forever home with my wife, and we're getting the whole inside remodeled and all that good stuff. And it's going to take about 6 months. So I have a lot of my tools, but no space to really do anything. My friend who's letting us stay at his place is gracious enough to give me a corner of his garage, which is where I get some of these tools from, like the screwdriver to unscrew the head. But yeah, in order for me to really work on stuff, I would need my shop. So maybe I will try to whack that out just to see. I mean, what the hell can happen, right? The guy, he hit it several times. He did it pretty rough, though. He took a ball peen hammer and put the ball end on here, then hit the other end with a hammer and knocked this right out. It came out in one piece. The whole thing came out in one piece, but I'm not really sure. Yeah. Anyway, I'd like to thank Fanttik again for sending me over. I had no idea they were going to send me over 2 items, which are really nice. This one is the tool, the Dremel-like tool. This is the F2 Master. And this one is the NEX E2 Ultra. And this is the driver with all the bits. This has the tools. This has the bits. I really didn't look to see how many or what kind of bits they had, or what kind of tools they had in here. Oh, they got everything in here. They got drill bits. They got some soft stuff, some hard, yeah, this is pretty nice. It's basically everything. Oh, it's got the little ball end cutters. Those are nice. Got the pointed ones. That's pretty nice. Anyway, if you look in the description, you will see a discount code. So if you're interested, go there and check it out. Thanks for watching, guys.